This is a really special service, isn't it? I think when we come to Christingle, we know that Christmas is nearly here. Nearly here. Like in a matter of days, it's going to be Christmas. And Christingle is one of the key moments in our celebrations before the big day itself. There is excitement building. And for me, there's also a bit of pressure because I've never spoken at a Calverley Christingle before. So I had to ask Rob for a bit of advice. What should I say? And he said, well, something memorable, Lizzie, something thought-provoking. Oh, and something hopeful, and something meaningful, and something relevant, and keep it short. All those things. So yeah, pressure's on. So after a lot of head-scratching over what my Christingle message should be, I have finally got it. I would like to say to you all, get stuffed. In fact, I'd like to tell absolutely all of you to get stuffed. Now, before you think that's maybe a little bit harsh, and you walk out the door, I promise I'm going to be sentimental and lovely in a minute, so hang fire. However, I think Christmas is a time when lots of things get stuffed. And I'm going to tell you about things that get stuffed. I'm going to need your help. So, with an unapologetic nod to the comedian Tim Vine, whenever I say that something gets stuffed at Christmas, you need to join in, and we need to say together, I get stuffed at Christmas, you get stuffed at Christmas, we all get stuffed at Christmas. Are we ready? I get stuffed at Christmas, you get stuffed at Christmas, we all get stuffed at Christmas. Oh, brilliant. You're really good at this. So the first thing I'm going to show you, this is my Christmas stocking. And I'm going to hang it up on Christmas Eve, as I've done for many years, and hopefully, if I've been extra good, it might be filled with presents. Hurrah! Because stockings get stuffed at Christmas. I get stuffed at Christmas. You get stuffed at Christmas. We all get stuffed at Christmas. Oh, you're getting good. So when I get home from the 10 o'clock 10 o'clock service at Christmas Day, quick plug there, I'm going to make Christmas dinner. But my turkey's looking like it could do with a bit of work. It needs to be bigger. It needs to get stuffed. Because turkeys get stuffed at Christmas. I get stuffed at Christmas. You get stuffed at Christmas. We all get stuffed at Christmas. And I don't know about you, but the time I am watching the Christmas Call the Midwife special, I love eating not only some turkey, but also about half a ton of sprouts, mince pies, chocolates, pigs in blanket, roast potatoes, and I will look like somebody needs to call me a midwife because bellies get stuffed at Christmas. I get stuffed at Christmas. You get stuffed at Christmas. We all get stuffed at Christmas. Well, phew, what a day. Stuffed stockings, stuffed turkeys, stuffed bellies. I wonder if that's all that's getting stuffed at Christmas. Hold that thought. I was listening on the radio to an interview with a guy who was a screenwriter for the Disney Channel and for various films. And his name was Connor McPherson. And he wrote things like Endgame and Artemis Fowl. And in the interview, they asked Connor to describe different things, because he's a writer and he does describing. And one thing they asked him to describe was God. And given his job as a writer, he found it really hard. But I do love what he came up with, because it's about feeling connected to God. So this is what Connor the writer said. He said, "You give yourself to the beauty of the mystery of God. It's like contemplating the stars. It's a beautiful thing. And if you can situate yourself in the cosmos, well, that's a very comforting feeling too. Because if you're in the cosmos, even being dead is actually comforting in that context. You're still part of everything, part of time. Well, wow. Because he's describing a God that's bigger than time, a God that's bigger than the vastness of space, a God who surrounds us and enfolds us in eternity, a God who is bigger even than death. Well, I wonder if you know what all that huge amount of godness is made of. Because I know that all of it, absolutely all of it, is made of love. God's great big vastness of love. God is love. It says so in the Bible. Love is a part of us because God made us to be like God. And it gets better. The most amazing thing of all is that huge amount of godness, that universe full of love, is stuffed at Christmas into a wee baby, the baby Jesus. God on earth to show us what God is like and how love behaves. An extraordinary God becoming an ordinary baby, born to a family with more than its fair share of troubles, an unmarried couple in a conservative society, in a country under military occupation, giving birth in a stable far away and about to run off to Egypt to avoid a massacre. Well, it's hardly glamorous. But if love is going to get involved in the real world, well, that's not a bad place to start, is it? So if love comes at Christmas in the baby Jesus, well, then I think that's what else we should all be stuffed with. I think we need to be stuffed full to the brim with love. With God's love for us and with love for one another. And I hope we will be. I hope this Christmas we are so filled with love that it's not just for our friends and our families and our neighbours. It spills out. It overflows to people beyond those we immediately know. And I hope, as we learn to recognize love, that we realize we are recognizing the nature of God. When we recognize love, we recognize God. It's that simple. So most importantly then, because of Jesus, love gets stuffed at Christmas. I get stuffed at Christmas. You get stuffed at Christmas. We all get stuffed at Christmas. May you all be stuffed full of love this Christmas. Amen.